Hi everyone, welcome! Today we're going to be watching episode 6 of Star Trek, the animated series. This episode is called The Survivor, and I don't really have anything particular on my mind right now, no updates, so we're just gonna get right into the episode. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, as always.
While patrolling the edge of the Romulan neutral zone, the Enterprise has changed course to assist a one-man vessel.
But you may find it difficult to believe.
There's Lieutenant
The
Kyle.
vessel is registered to Carter Winston.
That's impossible, Spock. Carter Winston's been missing over 5 years.
Well, I mean, it's not impossible, it's just improbable, right? Nice mustache.
Carter Winston. It seems you gentlemen know me.
I'm especially honored to meet you, Mr. Winston. My daughter was going to school on Cerberus. The entire population would have starved, Jim, if Winston here hadn't used his personal fortune to bring in enough food and goods to carry them through the crisis.
There is one person aboard who should be especially happy to learn you are alive, Mr. Winston.
Oh?
Lieutenant Ann Norrid.
My fiancée?
Oh.
If you have your identity tapes with you.
Spock, of all the cold-blooded, inhospitable requests I've ever heard.
And I understand, of course. My credentials, Captain.
I mean, we wouldn't want to get his fiancée all excited and then it's not actually him.
Carter Winston has acquired a dozen fortunes only to use his wealth to assist Federation colonies in times of need.
Oh, okay. So he's a very wealthy man.
Identification positive. Fingerprints positive.
Visual display of owner.
That looks like him?
It seems we'll have a distinguished passenger with us for a while.
This instrument seems a little off. I've never gotten quite this reading from a human before.
Uh-oh.
Suggesting I'm not quite human, Doctor?
Probably the instrument. They need to be recalibrated ever so often. Well, I certainly don't want to keep you any longer from your fiancé.
Well, this person who says he's Winston
Oh, Carter.
knows about the fiancé, so...
Carter, what is it?
My ship was disabled and I crashed on Vendor. I'm told I was lucky I survived.
But you did survive.
Did he?
I'm changed. Skin graft, regrowth of bone. After they put me together, he nursed me back to health.
How? I don't see any change.
It's over between us, Anne. I can't marry you. Ever.
They forgot to put his dick back on. It reminds me of the Telosians when they put what's her name back together.
I hope I'm not intruding, Captain. I've been down to examine my ship. Yes, I'm afraid it's pretty badly damaged. He doesn't think there's anything left in your
What are
ship
you
except
doing?
scrap value.
Where are you going? Oh, that doesn't look right. Oh, hello. Oh, whoa, this thing looks so cool. Oh. A shapeshifter.
What about the rest of the tests on Winston?
Well, some are off and some aren't. We'll start from the beginning, and this time we're going to find the answer.
Mr. Sulu, lay in a direct course for Radar 3.
Through the Romulan neutral zone, sir?
Oh. I hope we see some Romulans.
The extreme long-range sensors show something in the zone. Does not seem prudent to take the risk of trespass.
The survival of the entire planetary population may depend on it.
But if we endanger our ship,
Winston says his senses detected no Romulans when he came through the zone last week, and his word is considered good.
that has been his reputation.
Course laid in, sir.
But he's not him.
You have the con, Mr. Spock.
That alien creature gives me like Lovecraftian vibes, like, I don't know, tentacles, Cthulhu, you know.
The captain's course change has taken us deep into the Romulan neutral zone.
That's not good.
I'll take the con, Mr. Spock.
Is something wrong, Captain?
I went down to my quarters to dictate the accident report, and I seem to have fallen asleep.
Perhaps you needed the rest. We are on course through the neutral zone, sir.
The neutral zone?
Oh, this is the real Kirk.
You did.
Ridiculous. No captain of Starfleet would do that unless it was a matter of life and death.
Well, you said it was, even though that wasn't you.
Weren't you going to your cabin, sir?
Mr. Sulu, lay in a direct course for Radar 3. That's enough, Spock. Mr. Sulu, plot a course to take the Enterprise out of the neutral zone at warp 8.
Yeah. Get the heck out of there.
Mr. Spock, I don't remember giving those orders.
Perhaps Dr. McCoy should examine you, Captain.
Definitely.
I was just finishing the test I ran on you.
He's gonna be McCoy now.
Can I help you?
Doctor, what do I do? I still love him.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to feel the same way about you, Anne, but that may be impossible.
What can I do? He's the gentlest, most thoughtful man I've ever known.
Forget Winston.
I feel like the real Winston is no longer with us, and he sounds like he was a really great guy. So that's very sad. This poor girl.
I want a complete medical examination, Bones. And
I'm afraid I'll have to make it later today, Captain.
What?
Test process right now.
Carter Winston's?
That one's done. Tested out normal.
Are you sure there is no possibility you made an error?
Well, there's always that possibility.
let's go, Spock. He said there's always that possibility. And that's not like Bones at all.
No.
There are not many places one could hide in here.
Oh,
That must be the real
I
one.
must have taken a little nap.
Doctor, you are a man of curious habits, but I have never known you to nap on the laboratory floor.
No.
There's something wrong about this room. All right, Winston, you can come out now.
Hmm?
Did you say I'm a man of curious habits? Jim's talking to a table.
There used to be only 2 examining tables in this room. Now there are 3.
Oh, he can shapeshift into inanimate objects as well?
Orientine acid, Winston. I'll demonstrate on you.
Oh. Wow, that's smart. Ah.
A Vendorian doctor. Their planet is quarantined and few people ever do see them. And their practice of deceit as a way of life puts them off limits.
Makes sense. I can totally see why.
Jim!
Oh! Look at him go! Look at him go, I love him.
Intruder alert. Capable of assuming any shape or identity.
Harkens back to the man trap. But this one can also turn into inanimate objects, not just
What
people.
are you doing?
My job? You're the only stranger aboard, Carter.
Oh, karate chop.
Lieutenant Norrid, you could have stopped him. Why didn't you fire?
I couldn't. I couldn't harm the image of the man I loved.
Lieutenant, he is not the man you loved. Carter Winston is dead.
I know that too.
Just like Bones had trouble shooting the salt vampire.
What's happened?
2 Romulan battle cruisers, Captain.
Oh, the Romulans at a time like this. This is great.
The Enterprise has been detected violating the Romulan neutral zone.
Oh, no.
You appear to have a propensity
Romulans.
for trespassing in the neutral zone, Captain Kirk.
Yeah,
It was
we
not
kind of
deliberate,
do.
I assure you.
It never is. You will surrender your ship, Captain.
No, not my ship.
That wreck of Winston's ship was the bait to get a Romulan spy on board. And what better spy than a Vendorian who can change shape at will? Open a hailing frequency, Lieutenant Ress.
Hailing frequency open, sir.
Meow.
They're waiting for us.
Meow.
I admire your courage, but
I have no choice, Commander. You lured me here in direct violation of the treaty through the use of a spy using the human form of Carter Winston.
your imagination is creative, but obviously out of control.
You used a Vendorian.
I never thought about that. That makes sense. Maybe the Romulans were behind it all
What are
along
you
just to get the
doing?
Enterprise. Oh boy. He's out cold.
Our deflector shields are coming down.
Scotty, what's happened to the shields?
Scotty's taking a nap.
Hangar doors on the shuttlecraft deck are opening, sir. The Vendorian must be trying to escape.
Spock, take the con. Talk to the Romulans. Try to stall them and send a security team to the hangar deck. I'll be in engineering.
There's a lot going on right now.
I come up here to check the backup systems, and there was a crewman taking this panel apart.
How long will it take to fix?
2 hours, at
2
least.
hours.
You're not getting past me this time.
Oh, she's got him again.
Yes. He said you were like that. Practical as well as warm and lovely.
Carter,
He did love you.
how did he die?
Winston crashed on our planet. He lived for almost a year before his body ceased to function.
You are so much like him.
The longer we stay in another's form, the more we take on its memory, emotion, attitudes,
Ah.
He
Interesting.
did say he loved me.
as I do.
So
In
yeah,
a
he
sense,
would.
I feel some of the emotions he felt.
Wow.
Love for you was very strong. Because I was there, it did not end.
Carter.
This is what I am. Can you love this?
Even worse than the salt vampire.
You see why I told you it would be best to forget me?
But unfortunately, I can't.
I feel like she's about to go with him, but it's still not him.
Damage to the secondary propulsion system. The commander has apparently decided to fight.
Captain Kirk, all our main batteries are trained on you. Do you surrender?
Without deflectors, we're just a clay pigeon for them.
The deflector shields are coming up again.
That's only one shield.
But it is between us and the Romulans.
Prepare to fire phasers and photon torpedoes in combination. Fire.
We're fighting back.
Second vessel firing now, Captain.
It's 2 against 1, and we only have 1 shield.
Fire.
Wow, we got 1 retreating.
We did no damage, but the Romulan is retreating anyway. Second vessel power supply out. Crew unharmed.
Good work, Mr. Scott. That deflector shield went up just in time.
But, sir, I haven't finished repairing the shield.
Then what was... Winston?
One would have to assume he could become a deflector shield.
Will someone tell me what's going on?
What?
What manner of beastie is that?
Your deflector shield, Mr. Scott.
I'm sorry if I endangered your vessel.
Why did you do it?
Among my own people, I'm a non-producer. Useless. The Romulans offered me a life. Something of value I could do.
What changed your mind about the Romulans?
It seems, Captain, that I'm more Carter Winston than I knew. I couldn't allow the Romulans to harm any of you.
I understand. You'll have to stand trial, but you did save the Enterprise from the Romulans, and I will recommend that be taken into consideration.
Thank you, Captain.
In the meantime, I'm afraid I'll have to keep you under guard.
Captain, could you assign me that duty?
But you've seen me.
Form doesn't seem terribly important to me. There's a better life for you than anything the Romulans might offer. Can we talk about that?
Okay, I guess they only need 1 guard.
If he'd turned into a second Spock, it would have been too much to take.
But then 2 Dr. McCoys just might bring the level of medical efficiency on this ship up to acceptable levels.
That was good. Wow, you know, that was good. I feel like the animated series is underrated. Like, people talk about the original series, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, of course, like, with good reason, but, like, this is some good stuff. I keep thinking, like, okay, the next episode is gonna, like, it's gonna be horrible. Like, it's gonna suck. Eventually, we're gonna get one that sucks. And maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I'm not too difficult to please, so I'll probably like most or all of them, but I mean, it was very similar to the Man Trap, the Shapeshifter, the Old Love Interest. I did like the conclusion to this one quite a bit more than I did with the Man Trap. The fact that this creature took on some of Carter Winston's feelings and memories and emotions and just a lot of his personality traits and attributes. I think it was really cool that a little bit of compassion, a little bit of love saved the day on this one. You know, it kind of also, now that I think about it, kind of also reminds me of Metamorphosis as well, where it's a love story between a human and something that's not really quite human. In this case, the girl is able to overlook those differences and be open to a future of trying to make things work and trying to be receptive to going further with a relationship with this new Winston. So this was really awesome. And I also loved the look of this creature. The Vendian, I think it was. At first I thought they said bendy, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense because he's very bendy, but I think it's a Vendian, something like that. I guess that's pretty much about all I have to say about this episode. I thought learning about the Vendians was really cool though. like the Telosians. They're kind of off limits because of how dangerous they are. And yeah, I got a lot of good memories from past episodes, and this just felt really familiar and welcoming because of that. Excellent episode. I can't wait to see the next one. I am looking forward to reading your guys' comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.